Hi, I'm Di with Sister Chicks Quilting, and welcome to my channel. Couple of things different. I'm not back in my sewing room yet. I was so naive to think it was going to happen so fast. My brother does other things besides woodworking. He farms, and he's also the deputy coroner for the county we live in. So he's been kind of busy these days. I think I'm only going to have 2 more videos that I film outside of my sewing room before it's done. And the third one, hopefully, maybe the 4th video after this one, but the third one is hopefully going to be all about my sewing room. I'll show you the tour. You'll get to see us loading it in. But let's get started on today's video. Oh, and in the meantime, I just threw this quilt up. I wanted a pretty background and not just a blank wall. So I have my selvage bobbin quilt up. And I'm going to go ahead and link that in the description below in case you want to learn all about how to do it yourself. I have a free pattern there for you. Let's get started with today's video. This is going to be so easy you can almost do it blindfolded, or you might be able to do it without your glasses like I'm going to do today. I can't wear my glasses, they hurt. You're going to see this when I make the video, so I'll show you now. I went to the dermatologist, had a little skin cancer cut off. Can't wash my hair or do anything, and it hurts to wear my glasses on this. So I'm going to be blind for a couple of days, but not that blind because I can see without them just fine. For instance, distance is fine. It's the close-up and the reading that I can't do. So I can't read a quilt pattern. Can you believe it? And I thought, what am I going to do if I can't read a quilt pattern to show you how to make a really cool quilt? Well, this is my solution. I have this adorable layer cake. It's called Baby Zoo by Michael Miller. Just take a look at some of these cute pieces. There's little purple, black and white zebras. There's giraffes in it, and there are elephants. It's in pink and purple and green. It is so cute. I'm going to make a baby quilt out of it, but maybe not just one baby quilt. I'm going to make 2 baby quilts out of this. So the first thing I do with this is divide it right in half, and I'm going to take 21 squares of this layer cake and put it together in a baby quilt. What am I going to do with the other 21 squares? You know what? Cindy, Dana, they're coming to you. So I was on the phone with one of my customers in Georgia one day, and Cindy told me she's having a new grandbaby. She is over the moon. So this is just going to be a little around the house, like 42 by 42 quilt that you can make with this. And I told her I was sending it to her, and she said, well, you better send me a pattern. So I'm not going to write this down. This is going to be the easiest pattern you have ever made and the fastest pattern. You're going to have this quilt done in 1 day, and probably, and that includes quilting and binding it. It's going to be super simple. You just have to watch the video and I'll tell you how to do it. Shall we get started? I have a new tool that I want to share with you. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's made by the Caterpillar company, and it's a handle. It's not just any handle though. This one is ergonomic, lightweight, it's small, it's not bulky. It goes on a ruler just like you think it would be, like that. It's wonderful to use. But this one has a secret. You can use it in the dark. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And if that's not light enough to see all of your lines, turn it on a little brighter. This is the coolest handle. I have been using it now for about a month. We took one to my retreat. The ladies just loved it. Caterpillar, in fact, generously donated one as a door prize. But if you would like a handle like this, there's going to be a link in the description below the video. And there's also a coupon code. The coupon code is Die Cluff, all in caps. And you want to use the coupon code to get this. You know why? Because it's going to give you 15% off the regular price and 15% off everything on their website. So they make light boxes, they make cutting mats that you can cut on. I'm going to go ahead and use it to cut all of my pieces, but I wanted to share it with you, and if you're interested in it, go for it. Let me show you how I'm going to cut this quilt up, because I told you how easy it was, right? This is a 10-inch square, and I'm going to cut it in half. So I have two 10-inch by 5-inch rectangles, and I'm going to do that with the entire layer cake. So hang on to it. There we go. Now, one thing I am making sure, if you have a directional print, I'm going to be putting my pieces like this in the quilt. So this would be the top and this would be the bottom. So if you have a directional print, pay attention and cut them the way you want them. I want mine to go this way, not the other way. Let's see what else I have. And for those of you that are watching and telling me to close my cutting wheel, I know it's open. I'm not going to cut myself with it over there. I want this one to go this way, so I'll do the zebra stripes like this and cut them at 5 inches. Now there's more than just zebras in here. Oh, check it out. Look at the cute little, aren't they darling? I love the little giraffes. Now that you have all of your layer cake pieces cut into 5 by 10-inch rectangles, we start the layout, and it's this simple. I'm just randomly throwing these pieces up here. I'm going to do 4.5 pieces all across. No particular order. Now I need a half, and I have a few halves. I'm going to put this little guy here on this end, and then I'm going to start on the other. Oh, I have a purple zebra piece. I'll put that up. So I'm going to put one here, and do you see what's happening? I hope you do. Oh, and I'm actually making it upside down for you. I'm so sorry. Lay this quilt out like I've been doing, and then you sew the rows up, and you are done. Isn't that fun? When you get everything laid out the way you like it, then you get to stitch rows together, and before you know it, you are going to have a complete quilt. Now again, you're going to cut a layer cake in half. So you're going to have a piece 10 inches wide by 5 inches. That is my first row. Isn't this just cute? So you're going to have a little brick pattern. And how many did I cut out? I took half of the layer cake, which was 21 10-inch squares. Then I laid out my rows with 4 blocks in each row. Then I added the end pieces. And the end pieces are simply one of these 5-inch by 10-inch rectangles cut in half. So you have 2 5-inch squares, which go on the end. So as you can see, you don't need a pattern. This is going to be a really fast baby quilt. Okay, glasses are still off. You're about to see a reveal. Isn't this the cutest? Now, I've got one more row to sew on because I only did 2, 4, 6, 8, because that's as big as my table was. Isn't that the cutest little baby quilt? I'm going to take it to the iron. I'm going to press it so it's nice and flat. Then I'm going to back it and quilt it. And I can't wait to show you what backing I've selected for this quilt. Now this is flannel. Do you think you know what backing I might have for it? Stick with me, you'll find out. I'm here in my long arms quilt studio / garage. Here is my baby blanket. I think it turned out so cute. Now I put Cuddle on the back, but before I turn it over and show you, I put 3 different pieces of Cuddle sewn together. And they actually have the nap going all the same way. So it's going to look really good, but I'm going to brush up the nap a little so you can see the design, and it's called Scratch. It kind of reminded me of a zebra. I'm going to go ahead and bind it in Cuddle. It's going to be a very cute, adorable baby quilt. The first thing I'm going to do is sew my binding strip together. When I bind with Cuddle, I cut the strips in 1.25 inches. I sew them together, not on the bias, just because that would be such a nightmare. I sew them together flat edge to flat edge, like this. When I bind, I don't wrap my binding up on little binding buddies or anything. I just do this because the floor's clean and it's not going to stay there that long. And then I'm going to start binding it or sewing it to the back side. Okay, I may have to put my glasses on for this one, no matter how bad they hurt my face. Do you want to see it? It's like been 3 hours. Are you ready for this? Ta-da! Isn't this the cutest ever? I'm going to hold it close so you can see the quilting pattern. It's called Scratch. And I didn't want to do zebra print because it was too tight. I really didn't want it that tight. The quilt is about 41 by 43. I think it's adorable. Here is the back side. I showed you earlier that I use scraps on the back. You can see the design better if I do this and show you the back. Of course, it has a Cuddle binding. The binding turned out so cute. Anyway, I had so much fun making this. This was the fastest, easiest, no pattern, You could do it with a whole layer cake, or you could cut 10-inch squares and cut them in half and make 5-inch by 10-inch rectangles and make your own. But you don't need a pattern, just put it together and get her done. I challenge you to make an easier quilt that is so adorable. I don't know if you can. This just turned out so much fun, and I've got my baby gift, and my customer Cindy is going to have her baby gift. What a great way to use a layer cake. I love, love, love it. I want to thank you for watching my channel, and if you like what you see on my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Click on the box below and ring that bell. Click on that bell so you get notified when I put videos out. Now, my next video is going to be a challenge. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing it. But I'm doing a challenge with 4 other quilters on YouTube, and it's a panel. And when I get done with my panel, I don't know, I challenge you to recognize it. Won't that be fun? All right, thanks for watching. Bye.